Howdy y'all, I'm Listener Games and thanks for stopping by. So last time I asked if y'all would rather have the lights or the clouds or if you liked both of them, and someone by the name of Bigger R10 had the genius idea of putting the clouds behind the buildings, which makes so much sense. And so I did it, and I'm with them. It looks great. So thank you, Bigger R10, for improving this exponentially. And then I got a little too big for my britches, so to speak, and decided to add all kinds of effects to these lights, and I thought it looked super cool, and I was like proud to show it off and everything. And then as I was playing it, I noticed there's so much like jitteriness in all of my people. They're lagging everything. Well, not everything, but pretty much everything is lagging, and it just keeps getting worse. So I nixed that idea and went back to just the regular like blur and glow, but I noticed the people are still doing it, and it really concerned me and really bothered me. You know, I've heard developers talking about frame rate dropping and mitigating it and all that, but I never really expected that'd be a problem for me because I make these smaller games. But now seeing it, it scared me and filled me with like this overwhelming sense of dread as to everything I didn't know about game development. Like up to this point, I've used the whole I don't really know a lot about technology as like a quirk, but it made me feel like a fraud. You know, like in my ignorance recently, I divulged misinformation about what 8-bit meant and was properly called out, and I really appreciate Gal Afik, I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing that right, for letting me know. And I did research it and learned about it afterwards. But it wasn't but just a few days after the video he had commented on, I had posted a video about like advice in construct, like I was some type of authority, and I don't even know what 8-bit means. You know, I don't even understand graphics, and I'm over here telling people how game engines work. So I pulled up the system conditions and I just looked through it, and I don't know what like half of this stuff means. And it, you know, normally I get this like sense of excitement that I get all these things to learn, but it's not like learning how to make your guy shoot a gun or jump. You know, it's a lot of really in-depth things that I'm not positive I'm capable of handling at the moment. So I opened up the game and just went on this real long walk, punching bad boys and mugging folks. And throughout this journey, I noticed the skyline getting more sparse and the people and buildings becoming fewer and farther between. But fortunately, that was an easy fix. I forgot to have the backdrop loop back on itself. And I think that was the easy fix that I needed to get back on track and making this game. Because soon after that, I read on some Construct forums about fixing frame rate issues. And the problem was that I wasn't multiplying things by DT, which a quick Bing search will tell you that means delta time. This fixed all the issues I was having, and I went on a bit of a rampage implementing new features. The guys with guns now shoot bullets. When you die, you can now either restart, go to the menu, or continue playing if you watch an ad. Why would you watch an ad? Let's say you've amassed all this street cred and wealth and you don't want to lose it. Boom, 10 seconds of your life, and you get to keep everything you've worked hard to steal. But Mr. Games, what about this menu I heard so much about? Well, first off, Mr. Games is my father. Just call me a listener. Second, here's the menu. Pretty bare bones at the moment, but the top one sends you into the game. The middle one's going to be your character selector, and the bottom one is going to be settings, sound, and all that. So now you're probably wondering if I've done anything in the way of UI. Yes, I have actually, thanks for asking. I made this scrollable list of tools. Then I went in and added all the rest of them in there. Oh, hold on, I died again. Then I added some words so you could tell what these abominations were, and I gave a price to the knife, which along with the mugging ability unlocks at level 1. Because you need it to mug people. What happens if you don't have it? You can't mug people. So let's buy the knife. You might have noticed the price went up. That's because eventually it's going to have damage to it. And I know the animations are all jacked up right now, but I will fix that. That's an easy fix. I just hadn't gotten around to it. But yeah, the more you use a weapon or tool, it'll get damaged and then eventually break, and you'll have to buy a new one. and hopefully you've made back your money and then some so you can buy another one. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I'm really proud of what I've accomplished so far, and I'm really excited to see this game go further in production. It's been a roller coaster this past week, but in my opinion, this is leaps and bounds beyond where I expected it to be. I'm revitalized and excited again to start implementing new mechanics and get all these crimes working and all these new tools implemented. Also, I decided I'm going to start ending these with a musical fun fact. So, did you know way before The Cosby Show or all that horrible stuff, Bill Cosby was a jazz musician, specifically a drummer. But him and Quincy Jones put an album out back in 1969 called The Original Jam Sessions. Great album. Horrible person. Anyway, I appreciate y'all sticking around. Bye.